Hi, my name is Gracie Klein. I am a junior at Bloomsburg University. And for our global issues class, we were asked to take a global issue and talk about it. So I decided, because I am looking to be a criminal defense attorney, so I want to focus mine on criminal law. I decided to take a look at International Criminal Court, also known as the ICC, and in particular, a case by Hassan, who was charged by the International Criminal Court. So first, let's talk about what is International Criminal Court. It is a permanent international court which is used to investigate, prosecute, and try individuals accused of committing serious crimes. The crimes that we are talking about are war crimes, which include crimes against war crimes, which are crimes against humanity and genocide. So that can be anything from sex trafficking, genocide, anything that hurts the general population of society. There are 124 countries that make up the ICC, which include 33 African states, 19 are Asia Pacific states, 19 are from the Eastern European countries, 28 are from Latin America and Caribbean states, and 25 are from Western Europe and other states. The United States is not a part of the ICC, and this is because it would be unconstitutional to have courts that aren't in our jurisdiction to be implementing laws, and us as a country believe that we can handle serious crimes. It was founded in Rome, Italy in 2002. So we're going to get into the legal process to explain how this works. So you have the preliminary examinations, which are requirements which determine if there's enough evidence to start a trial. So in these, they are given what would be considered your crimes, and you will be put against 3 judges where they decide if they have enough evidence to put you through this process. So this is so first we're going to talk about the legal process. So there is a couple steps that this takes place. So first you have your preliminary examinations, which happens if they get a idea that you are committing a heinous crime that would fall under ICC. So there are requirements which determine if there's enough evidence to start a trial. So it has to have enough evidence to be able to try you, to take you to court. If it's not met, the requirements, which as stated, the requirements are basically just to make sure that you have enough evidence to be tried and that your case is found to be something that the ICC does find illegal. And if it's not, the jurisdiction, they cannot investigate. Next is investigation. So in an investigation, an arrest warrant is made, which we as the ICC, they rely on countries to make the arrest and then transfer it to the ICC. So as stated, the countries have to find the person that is being accused of crimes, and then the country is supposed to make the arrest warrant. And then we have some that there's summons to appear in court, so the suspect will just appear voluntarily and then be investigated on the crimes that they are being charged of. Next, you have the pretrial stage, which in the pretrial there is pretrial judges, which there are 3, which confirm suspects' identity and ensure suspects understand the charges. So this is basically just to make sure that the person that is being convicted or is being put with the ICC is the right person, and that they ensure that they understand their charges that are being put against them. Then you have a confirmation of charges hearing. Judges listen, which then consists of judges listening to prosecution, the defense, and the legal representative of the victims to decide if there is enough evidence. And if the judge thinks there's enough evidence, this will take 60 days to start the trial stage. Which then we get into the trial stage, which is just 3 trial judges listen to the prosecution, which the prosecution must prove that the accused is guilty beyond unreasonable doubt. Then you have the judge considers the evidence and issues a verdict, which this can be anywhere from a 30-year prison sentence, and in some circumstances it could be a life sentence, depending on how horrible the crime is. Next, we have the appeal stage, which both the prosecution and the defense have the right to appeal a trial chamber's decision. So in this, if someone feels that they were guilty but they were given a non-guilty, as in the prosecution thought that, or the prosecutor felt that the time that they were given isn't enough time, that they shouldn't be given time to be back into general population or society, they can appeal that. And then same with the defense, if they feel like their client was given an unfair trial, or that they should there is not as much evidence as the prosecution is showing. It's decided by 5 judges of the appeals chamber, and they're never the same judges who gave the original verdict. It is decided where to uphold, amend it, or reverse it. That's what they decide, the 5 judges. And then you have the enforcement of sentence, which are sentences are only served in countries that have agreed to enforce the ICC sentences, which is a really good thing to remember. So if you were tried by the ICC and your country does not follow under the ICC, you would not be serving a sentence. Next, we're going to look into warrants of arrest, which ICC members have a legal obligation to arrest suspects who enter their territory. So again, countries that are with this statute and that signed it, they have to arrest the suspects if they have a warrant out for their arrest. The warrants are issued by judicial authorities in one country and are intended to be recognized and acted on by law enforcement agencies in other countries that the accused may be in. So, if you committed a crime in an African state and you decide to flee to Eastern Europe, they are supposed to see you as a criminal and arrest you and take you to the ICC court. After the legal process of convicted, they serve their sentence in a prison outside of the Netherlands. So after you get your conviction, you will be sent to the Netherlands to have your sentencing be done. So next, to get into this and to give you an example, we're looking at Hassan, which he was charged with crime against humanity of torture, the war crimes of torture and outrages upon personal dignity, and the war crimes of mutilation, cruel treatment, and inhumane prosecution, other unhuman acts. So then he was acquitted of the war crimes of rape, sexual slavery, and attacking protected objects. This happened in Timbuktu. He has yet to be sentenced, so these crimes are believed to be committed between April 2012 and January of 2013 in Timbuktu of northern Mali. And it is believed that he was a part of a group, so that is what his defense is, that he was also trying to keep the Sharia law, which is the Muslim law, but he was acting heinous, especially to women. And as of right now, he is still waiting to be sentenced. So to get into the conclusion of this, I think this is a very beneficial thing to have, holding people up, and especially to heinous crimes, and crimes against society like genocide, sex trafficking, all of those things. Very horrible, very scary, and people do need to be held accountable. But there is a downfall, and that is that other countries have to agree for law enforcement agencies to abide by it. So if, like the United States, our country does not agree, so people will not be tried for this. It also is very hard to have individuals be able to come to the ICC, in the sense of making sure that the agencies are that sign this, that are following through, and if they have someone that has a warrant for their arrest from the ICC, to make sure that they are following through. And yeah, that is my conversation about the ICC. Again, it's very influential, and I think it's a very important thing, but it also is something that's very hard, and you have to have a lot of evidence to be able to prove these crimes. Thank you so much for watching.